in the West Indies. We give thanks for it is indeed a thankful Thursday. Well, today I'll be interviewing Diane McIntyre Pike, who's no stranger. She's absolutely a resource person right about now. Passionate and committed holistic community development and entrepreneurship trainer and consultant. And she's going to be speaking about community tourism. And of course, there is an event that's happening today. I love the theme. Of course, it's the Jamaica, let's bring this up a bit. I hope I can. Jamaica Health and Wellness Tourism Conference. The theme is the Blue Ocean Revolution. I tell you, man, I love it. I'm still bringing it up, but I guess I wrote it also because I want to get that part in before I bring in Diane McIntyre Pike, who, I mean, has so many accolades, is doing so much. And as we continue, it is a potential, unlocking the potential of health and wellness tourism. And Diane McIntyre Pike has been doing a lot of work. She should have been speaking today, but I don't know if Theo Chambers is on also, but he will be coming on because he's going to be speaking about community tourism at this conference for sure today. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my dear. How are you?
Oh, it's a rainy day in Kingston. How are you?
Well, I'm fine. I think it's going to be an all-island rain eventually.
Yes.
Here it's going to be all over the island.
All over the island. Yes,
And
for sure.
Theo Chambers has kindly agreed to represent me for my presentation. So I sent it to you anyway. Notes, just so you have it.
Right. And I just want to expound a bit, on the work that you do, President and founder of the Country Style Community Tourism Network, CCTN, and Villages as Businesses, VAB. These are awesome. We've spoken about this in the past as well. President of the International Institute for Peace Through Tourism, IIPT Caribbean. Coordinator of IIPT International Community Tourism Network, founder, Academy for Community Tourism Act, president of the International Community Tourism Association, Caribbean chapter, council member of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, JHTA, community economic tourism partner, Diaspora Making Connections Work UK. I'm out of breath. Diane, you do so much. I really salute you every time for all the work that you've done and continue to do. Really. It's major accomplishments, So we do salute you, especially on a day like today when, of course, we're looking forward to having this, this health and wellness conference. So community tourism is a big deal. And I don't think it is recognized enough and it's implemented enough. Not that you don't do it, but I think island-wide. Talk to us about that situation.
Okay, I'm glad you asked that question. First of all, community tourism is community development. That's what it is. And it's a mindset change that has to take place with the planning of tourism, whether you're a large hotel, small hotel,
right,
or villa, or whatever it may be.
Because I think a lot of people have a notion that when you say community tourism, it doesn't include the big hotels. But it does.
It includes everybody.
Right.
As a matter of fact, Sandals, when Woodstock set up the first Sandals, he asked me for some advice, and I told him, I said, if you integrate communities with your business, you'll find that you'll do very well. And I was happy when he went and set up the Sandals Foundation, and he has taken it to great heights. So that's an example. So we gave them a community tourism award because of that. This is a very important statement because people believe that community tourism is a niche market. It is not.
Okay, important.
But Desmond and I sat down and named it in 1978. We wanted to have this mindset change, how tourism should be developed. But under community tourism, you have community-based tourism.
Right.
Community-based tourism is where you have the entrepreneurship side with the niche markets. We have identified about 40 niche markets, and each niche market provides entrepreneurship opportunities for people in the community. Now the health and wellness is our number one at this time because people in Jamaica and the Caribbean, they need to understand for them to be able to be successful, they have to be healthy, and they have to understand the importance of that,
Right.
because there's no success without health. And we
Absolutely.
have it around us. We have all these herbs and things that can help us. So
Hmm.
it's for them to learn about it.
Are we able to see you on video? Because people are asking, can we see her? I know that you're not feeling, 100.
No, it's not the feeling part, it's just my face is not right. But all right, let me put it on.
Hmm.
Um,
They say, but
yeah,
Miss McIntyre, beautiful lady, we want to see her. We're used to seeing her.
yeah. No, what happens is that I have an eye problem that closed down, and we're trying to sort it out now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I thought it was a stroke, but it's I think it's
Oh,
something else.
okay.
But
Well, you have your
anyway,
glasses on, so it's not that evident. But you're still looking beautiful, my dear.
thank you, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so but back to this, what I was saying to you now is
Mm-hmm.
that I was asked by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States to come and do a presentation on community-based tourism,
Mm-hmm.
so that the people could understand how they could be involved. And they were so excited because they said, oh, wow, this is better than we ever thought. We
Mm-hmm.
thought tourism was just sun, tan, and sea. But, we post office tourism, graveyard tourism, all of that is part of it.
No, but please tell us when you
Yeah.
say post office and this and that, and it might sound, huh? Expound on that a bit first, please.
Yes, of course, I'm willing to do that. You have people who travel the world to find old gravestones.
Hmm.
And we have that in Jamaica, as you
Mm.
know,
Oh
because
yes.
we have graveyards, for example, that were there even before America was created,
Mm-mm.
like in Black River.
Right, right.
Um, so they want to get it. They want to take pictures. They want to do etchings. I've had about 5 graveyard groups when had my hotel, the Astro Country in Mandeville,
And you said
and then
groups. Wow.
groups,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and post office. I had post office groups too. They're interested in going to different post office all over the country,
Mm-hmm.
and able to get a stamp to say they went
Ah,
there
right,
and
right.
integrate with the community.
Mm-hmm.
And you would not hear all of this from the Minister of Tourism, because they don't talk about that. And we don't try to create attractions, by the way. We
Mm-hmm.
have a lifestyle approach where the
Yes.
lifestyle of the people is what attracts people.
Of course.
So much so, Orange Bay Village in Negril area, Hanover,
Mm-hmm.
rather, we
Which
got a
Hanover, I think,
fantastic.
just celebrated, was it 300 years a couple of days ago? 300 years
Yes,
old?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But this Orange Bay here, we created a tour, community lifestyle tour, which is what we call it. And the TUI, which is the largest tour operator in the world,
Mm-hmm.
liked what they were hearing, and they did a contract with us for 3 years. Once a week,
Wow.
groups from All Inclusive came,
Mm-hmm.
and what they liked is the fact that we had the first stop was a hairdressing salon. We
Mm.
spent half an hour there, and they had a good chat with the hairdresser and the client too. The client got involved, and then we went from there to the basic school. They wanted to spend about an hour in each school.
Yes.
So the basic school, they interacted with the teacher and the children and whatever they were doing, and then they went to the prep school. So if
Mm-hmm.
they were playing cricket or whatever it may be, they wanted to be involved with that. And they spent another hour there, and then from there we went to the church,
Right.
so that they could see what the church was about, what the importance of churches in
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. As you know,
And we
we
have
have the
some
most churches
beautiful
per square
churches in
mile.
Jamaica and some beautiful ones.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And from there now we went to the community bar, where we showed them the right way to make rum punch. One of so, 2 sweet, 3 strong, and 4 a week. That's the correct way.
Say it again
And
first, please.
what's that? Sorry.
Say it again, the correct way to do it.
1 of sour, 2 of sweet, 3 of strong, and 4 of weak. And you build it up to the quantity. So if you use
Yes.
a glass, you put the lime in there and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how we do it in the country. I mean, that's how I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm from Westmoreland area, so in
Right,
Hanover.
right.
And then we took them to they wanted to see how the lady lived. The lady who owned the bar, her house was behind.
Right.
So she agreed to it. And they were amazed at how 5 people lived in that house. But
Mm.
it was so clean and tidy, and
Yes.
they saw her needs and they wanted to get involved with helping. So we have a pickup project while on vacation, and adopt a
Beautiful.
village while on vacation, which we
Mm-hmm.
did quite well with the pickup project.
Yes.
And then from there now we went to the community restaurant, which was very, very nice, in Orange Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened there is that they got a chance to interact with the owner. and get to know what the meal was about, etc. And
Right.
then when we finished that, now we did some dancing. Well, I'm known as the dancing queen of the Caribbean because I have a passion for dancing,
Wow.
cha-cha, merengue, name it. And and then we did some dancing for about 15 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there now we went, let them walk down to the pastry shop where they got their dessert, plantain tart and gizzardo. But
Wow, I
what was
love this.
exciting about this
I love
is the
this.
fact that they were, that's so it wasn't something we set up for tourists or for
Mm-hmm.
visitors.
Mm-hmm.
It was the lifestyle of the people they were experiencing. So they went back to the hotel and told them we went to Jamaica
All
to see how
right.
people live, to see
Yes.
how they live. And they were so happy that they went on, they became marketing ambassadors. They went and told others, let's go and have a party with them. So
Mm-hmm.
they went, called up the bar and said, can we have a party with you?
Wow.
And that's what they did. But this is
This
just
is
an example.
awesome.
I mean,
Yes.
we have many other communities we have done this approach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the approach that is important to make people understand. We're not competing against large hotels.
That's it.
We're not competing against. We are interacting with everybody as long as they're willing to come out. And you can't have people just come out like that either.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's to be properly organized and so forth. Yes.
they like the fact that country style exists. And we will take responsibility because we train people in entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
We train them to be clean, to have good restrooms, etc. So that way they know that it's being monitored. It's not obviously monitored, but you know what I mean. So
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
their guests are safe. So
So
that's what
country
in a nutshell
style.
it's about.
So country style. How can we get it? I know it's a mammoth task, but it is possible across the island, different
But
parishes.
we have it across the island.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it
We
does
have it
exist.
across, and the Caribbean. Because we've been training all over the Caribbean, Dominique, everywhere.
Wow.
And when we went to Barbados with the training program, which is a 5-day entrepreneurship training, the UWI Open Campus, is based in Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
And they were very excited about our training, so they gave us a certification for it. Then we've had that for 5 years, continuing. We go to St. Eustatius. We've been all over. As a matter of fact, we now have a director of community tourism from St. Eustatius.
Wow.
The director
Really?
there said he had the same mindset. And we said, okay, well, would you be willing to be the director of tourism, Charles Lindo? And he said, yes. So we have that in place.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the IPT has been an integral part of this. And they have branded Jamaica the home of community tourism because this is where we created it. And they agreed that we could embrace the Caribbean. So we call Jamaica and the Caribbean home of community tourism so that we'll bring business to our shores.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. It's an opportunity to meet some amazing people in communities. I'm telling you, I've had a good time.
So do you have a lot of repeat visits in terms of the community lifestyle tourism?
Yeah. Community lifestyle. The people don't want something created for them. Sure, they don't mind going to the traditional attractions, like we have Wise Falls and so on. But the fact is that they like how the people live. They want to understand. They want to see how they cook. Like we have a cooking tour. They can come and see how they do the bami and so on up in Resource Village, which Stuart came. He was the only hotelier that came to one of our tours.
Interesting.
And he was amazed. He just said, wow, this is great.
So he obviously didn't see it as a competitive then. He obviously saw it as something that it was enhancing.
That's right.
Complementing.
We never criticize the all-inclusive. We're happy that you're bringing people in, but what we want now is to expose them to the lifestyle of our country.
Of course.
And they're willing to do that.
Right.
So what is my biggest fear right now, frankly, is how Jamaica is not clean. Jamaica, we have rubbish everywhere. The mindset.
We're not taking the personal responsibility. What is it?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's the health and wellness is very important because we have to tell them how it affects their health. all this rubbish everywhere. My
Yes.
little grandson at 5 years old says, Grandy, why we have so much rubbish? Why
Mm.
don't they put it in the rubbish bin? He gets very upset about it.
Yes. As a child.
And
Yes.
then as a child, so we're going to design something for the basic schools and prep school so
Mm-hmm.
that they're aware of what they have to do and what their responsibilities are. But the other thing I'm concerned about is that the road conditions, the potholes and the manholes and so on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't be telling people to go on tour Jamaica and you have all of that there. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't encourage them to rent a car or anything like that.
You have a
If they
bus.
rent a car, it would have to be a driver from us
Right, right.
because we have to understand that it is giving a bad impression of our country.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to focus on the infrastructure. You know, the infrastructure is so important.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so. What about crime? Do you have
Yeah, well,
crime is a biggie.
let me
What?
tell you what. Let me tell you what I know about the crime.
Mm-hmm.
I posted it there. I had a vision about this thing. There's a strategy of destabilizing this country, and then we need to
Mm-hmm.
find out who is doing it or which people are doing it. I got a vision about 6 years ago that this was going to happen, and it's going to get worse if we don't step on it. The diaspora now has the professionals who can help us, so we need to bring the diaspora in and ask them to help us with the intervention. It's very, very important. But you see, you don't get that feeling that they're being brought in, and
No. Mm-hmm.
that's a mistake because they're helping us. They're our main partners right now, because they went and embraced our fund, the community tourism fund, which is now called ComFund, and
Mm-hmm.
they went and registered it in North America, and they can come up with the solutions for the crime. But the crime is a big issue. We can't have people going around the place and just shooting up people and so on
Mm-hmm.
and expect people to interact with the community.
Right,
It's a big
especially for
issue.
community tourism.
Yes.
But you know what it is though? What is so amazing to show you how powerful we are as a country and a people? People are still coming. Thousands of people are still coming. Tourists are still coming. You
They're
know,
coming because
regardless.
Jamaica, Jamaica is not the only country in the world that has problems.
Right.
You know, they see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the countries that they come from, whether it's America, whether it's the UK, wherever, they recognize in most of these metropolitan areas it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But you know, at the same time, it is we have to work on that aspect of
Yeah,
it though.
because we're now number 1 or 2 in the world.
So that yes, so they say that is it. But it's a paradise. It's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The people, another great resource. You know.
Villages as businesses was created, and we created it.
Mm-hmm.
I can share with you that I prayed about it, and the good Lord gave me that name. And
Mm-hmm.
villages as businesses is supposed to help to solve the problem because you create a business plan for them and the training, and then they get a chance to see what they can do, the young people within their community. Because right now, many of them are isolated,
Yeah.
and you can't have ad hoc type development.
Yes.
You have to have a
Have to be
complete
organized. Mm-hmm.
that will attract investment,
Mm-hmm.
and that
True.
is the key,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the Health and Wellness Conference that is
That's
being
held
held
today.
is
Yeah.
very, very important. And I asked Theo to represent me because
Yes,
I'm
Theo
was
Chin.
going to go. I gave him the notes. I just sent you my notes that I
Mhm.
gave him.
Yes.
And that talks about the past, the
Mhm.
present, and the future. It outlines what it is that we're doing.
Give us a little idea in the short time we have left about your future, Diana. You know, in terms
Well,
of
the
what you
future,
present. Mm-hmm.
the future that I had documented
Mhm.
here was that we have to have the people get funding easily. So that's why ComFund was created,
Mm-hmm.
and we're now looking about getting a banking or a bank to facilitate the investment, because the investment interest is what is going to help for community projects and businesses. So that's a big future for next year.
Mhm.
The other future is that we want to have a wellness and peace festival
Mhm.
in November, December,
Next year.
in association with the Manchester Wellness Foundation, which I was a co-founder of, and in association with the Manchester Peace Coalition, which I'm a co-founder of through the IIPT. And why we want to do that is because we want to have 5 days where we can dedicate the training and development of communities in health and wellness and the importance of peace. And we got a Washington NGO who gave us a grant to build a peace monument. And the Manchester Peace Coalition partnered with us, and we placed it at the Horticultural Society. But the whole aim is to have one in each community.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
Right? And then we want to have the usual come party with us during that festival, which is from the Manchester Wellness Foundation. And then on the Sunday now, it would be Golfing for Peace, which would be in association with the Manchester Peace Coalition. You know, there's such a thing as Golfing for Peace organization.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, yes. You can Google and you'll see. Amazing work they do all over the world.
Right. So
and we have the oldest golf course in the Caribbean and in the Western Hemisphere.
Yes.
In Mandeville. So Mandeville is now the first peace town in the Caribbean for the IPT, and we had the first peace park. And then we have Treasure Beach as well that has come on board.
Yeah, had an amazing event last week, as well, a 3-day event.
Right, right. So Treasure Beach was selected as the first village because Desmond Henry was from that area.
Yes.
Here. But the key is that we're going to focus on health and wellness of communities. That's why this conference is so important.
Very important.
To help us pave the way.
Yes.
For 2024. Frankly.
And this is an annual conference, yeah. I just love the idea of the Blue Ocean Revolution, unlocking the potential of health and wellness tourism. I think that is just so key, you know, very important. How can persons get in contact with you regarding, you know, community tourism and other things that they can, more information, you know, about what can be done?
I can give you that. But I wanted to just mention something.
Sure.
We have a problem with our coastal areas. And that is because of sewage and garbage being put in the sea, and the crocodiles have taken over the sea. So you'll notice that we have lost some beaches.
Yes, not a good look.
I'm sorry to tell you, but it's going to continue if we don't put a man-made reef around Jamaica. That's what the university report said. Cuba's done that, and Mexico's done that. But we need to take a more proactive interest in getting our coastal areas straightened out, because it will affect our airports and so on.
So how can we get this done like ASAP? I mean, what is it, a outcry of persons, or, you know, to get it implemented like yesterday? How can you
the environmental
tell us?
groups have been crying out.
Yes, they have. That's true.
Schemes and people like that. I mean, I'm saying it here because I'm not trying to create a problem. I'm trying to solve a problem.
Precisely.
We need to do it, because if we don't do it, we will not have the coastal areas as we had it before. And Negril and everywhere will get affected. And the idea of putting an airport in Negril may be a good idea, but it's not a good idea from the point of view of the environment. What we need to focus on is the bypass roads to Lucy and so on. And when we do the highways, we should consider the communities by putting signage, like, for example, Porous, Fruit Village, rest stop. Rest stops are always required. You can do something like that to motivate people to come off the highway, but then you have to make sure the roads are good.
There we go. Yeah.
So that is where, and when I was in Italy, I studied in Europe, I found that they had the village roads and they had the highways. You had a choice. But what was good is that all roads were good.
Right. So you're encouraged to travel those routes.
Sure. So we have to, I'm putting this on the table because I want everybody to hear what I'm saying. We need to make sure those communities are taken care of, because if we don't take care of them, then all hell is going to break loose. But like I went down to Porous, all the fruit stalls have been closed down.
Yes, that's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
So we have to be proactive.
Yeah, that's my contact. Well, my WhatsApp is 876-507-6326, and it's the only number I have for straight line as well. So,
right.
And then the email, countrystyle@yahoo.com. Countrystyle, STYLE, all lowercase, tourism@yahoo.com, and villages@businesses@yahoo.com. Both emails are very active.
Yeah, excellent.
And then the website, which people can have a look at, because you can get quite a bit of information there, is visitcommunities.com/Jamaica.
All right.
And then the international one is seatourism.org.
You know, every time I go ahead.
seatourism.org.
Okay. Every time I speak to you, Diana, I say we have to speak more often and implement some things working together with my program every time, and we just have to do it. There's so much to be done, and I really respect you and the work that you've been doing over the years, and I really want to, incorporate the station, the themes, my program, with what you're doing in terms of community tourism. So, and the children.
That the passion is what drives us.
Yes.
And, we have a diaspora groups that are fantastic. There's one in particular I need to highlight, Rudy Page, CEO of Making Connections Work, UK.
Yes.
He has branded community economic tourism and designed a program with that, which is collaborating with us because that's what we're about, So it's a good idea at some point for you to talk with the diaspora.
Right, yes. We have to. That's the next move then. That's the next move. So we'll communicate, and then we'll have that moving. Even something before the year ends, definitely, I think is important.
That would be good.
Yeah.
So he has a big program for next year, which includes like Augusttown and so on.
Oh yes, well we'll talk for sure. So is the conference being streamed live? Do you know?
Oh, I would love to know. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, you have to talk to Theo, and so I can also inform my listeners. Yeah, we'll make a link with Theo.
If you could find out and let me know too, I'd appreciate it.
I will for sure. All right, thank you as usual. Feel well, get well. You're looking great, so that's good. That's a good start. Have a great day, and we will definitely be talking very, 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 very soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
I'm glad that you've linked with Theo.
Yes.
Chambers, because he's a lead person for and his wife for the health
Sharon.
and wellness.
Oh yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Take care now.
Okay.
All
Bye.
the best. Yeah, it's always great to be speaking to Diana McIntyre Pike. As we said before, passionate, committed, holistic community development and entrepreneurship trainer and consultant. She gave out her numbers, her links, and of course, we'll keep in contact with her. And we're excited to know that the Jamaica Health and Wellness Tourism Conference is being held today, starting today and tomorrow at the Montego Bay Conference Center. Of course, she would have been there physically speaking, but not 100, up to 100%. Yes, so she has asked Theo Chambers to do her presentation. And so we're going to try and see if we can find out if they're going to be streaming live. All right? Thanks again. Thanks. You can ask questions. I don't know if Sharon should be listening as well to do her blogging. But, we look forward to that, to see if they're streaming. It is 11 o'clock. It is pouring. Just want to advise you that St. Andrew South Beach will not be on live. We'll do a rebroadcast for them. All right? So you can well imagine, the weather and everything. So we'll do a rebroadcast. So this is Roots FM. It's Rootsology. We're going to take a pause for the cause, and we will be right back. Soon come. Keep it rocking to Roots FM. Tell a friend to tell a friend about Roots FM. All right? We'll be right back. Soon come.
Budget Supplies massive price buster now on. Want to redo that kitchen? Retile that old floor? Stop that